If you're trying to fit everything at South by Southwest into 25 minutes, good luck.
Buenos dias. It's crazy. It's fun too.
Don't drink too much.
Too many English bands.
Independence.
Makes you sick.
Fun never stops. Party never ends.
What a pleasure it is to be back at South by Southwest.
Diferente, enorme e surpreendente.
Those dudes know how to party. Those dudes know how to rock.
Bem-vindos ao South by Southwest.
Rise up!
This is the 29th year of South by Southwest. It started as a music conference, and it's kind of expanded into film, interactive, education, just about everything.
Oh, South by Southwest is awesome.
There's music and there's rickshaws and there's music and food trucks everywhere.
Som, cinema, palestras.
Have the marriage of film and music.
En cada edificio, en cada sitio, hay bandas tocando todos los días.
South by Southwest is an animal.
It's a cacophony of like noise coming from all the different bars.
It's pretty nuts right now. I gotta see if we can even get into our own show because it's at capacity.
Yeah, I found myself finding it difficult to concentrate, you know.
Anybody who has a badge can walk in and out of any show that's there is great. I mean, it feels very empowering.
You play to new people and get to see a lot of great music. So for us, it's pretty fun.
Everybody's here. All of the young people, you know, it's good they have it right at spring break. So all the...
It'd be pretty hard to not have a good time here in Austin, yeah.
Absolutely.
I like the concept of a city taken over by a festival on this scale. If South by Southwest was in my hometown, I'd be a completely different person. It's great. I think music is the most radical force at the moment, more than anything. I don't know if I'd like all the music here, though. Probably not.
I spent a lot of time looking at the website before I came, and the number of acts and the variety of acts that are here was extremely impressive.
We use over 100 venues, and we had probably about 2,200 acts.
It's so cool to see all the bands that I've like heard their records or maybe bumped into them somewhere along on tour, and for them to all be in one place, like, it feels really good to be a part of it. They were shredding tonight.
Actually, it's pretty sad because there are so many bands we want to see, but you won't even catch one of them. So that's a little sad about that.
Some of the best times that I've had at South by Southwest is just walking into a random room and seeing a band that I've never heard before and being blown away.
There's always that moment you stumble upon something you didn't expect, and you feel like you've discovered something very new.
I didn't find out the names of some of the bands. In fact, I haven't really seen a bad band here. There's thousands of bands, and like, it just shows you how easy it is to play guitar, doesn't it, really? Because anyone can do it. I'm so pleased that so many young, particularly young girls, because when I was young, music was quite a blokey sort of thing, right? But it's like 12, 13-year-old girls picking up instruments, getting into... It's amazing.
Looking back on November, you could paint me anyway. I'm still looking for sureness in the way I say my name. I am nervous for tomorrow and today.
I feel like this year, electronic dance programming was definitely something that moved up a notch. Hip hop has grown in the last 10 years into something that's incredibly important to us as well. Rock and roll is always our strongest point.
Come on, Texas! There's all these people here who aren't from Texas. You don't want to look like a fool. Yeah!
People think that all you really need is a Gibson and some long hair to be a rock and roller, and everyone knows that rock and roll is a lifestyle. We want to bring back as a long lost, forgotten way of life. All right, we don't just play this music, we live this music.
Everyone in the community comes together to make something good happen. You see people that are into hip hop, metal, pop, you know, you see some hippies. It's different, but good different.
It was just another show that became a success.
Malcolm and Jared started playing at the age of 2.
Which was 11 years ago.
I started playing when I was like 7.
It's nice to see young people getting involved in that kind of stuff, man, because, you know, it's got to bring up the next generation, and everyone waits until they're in their, like, 30s to start playing rock and roll, and then it's just dead.
Our goals were the same as they were any other year as far as music programming goes, which is to find those up-and-coming acts who can actually really benefit from being at South by Southwest. I mean, I'd say that the acts that we have that we're kind of at the point where they're kind of breaking through. Courtney Barnett is a big one.
There's a lot of independent labels and bands and managers and brands, and it's sort of the independent spirit of music.
I'm Jason Bentley from KCRW. This is Ann Lates.
For quite a few years, we've curated a day stage here at the Austin Convention Center. This year, we have 3 bands. Today, we started with James Bay, who's a British singer-songwriter. Big voice, really strong voice. Laura Marling is a really interesting artist, and in so many ways just super intense and difficult, and you can hear that in her music and her lyrics. I mean, it's just really intense. And then Milky Chance, newcomers, you know, fresh on the scene. They sort of stumbled on a hit with this song Stolen Dance, and they're at a small town in Germany, first time in Austin.
Please welcome Milky Chance.
Thank you.
It's a good opportunity for a lot of bands to get seen by a lot of people. For myself, I would never, say I was a young guy with a band, I would never go to a thing like South by Southwest to get people to like my band. They can just kiss my ass. I would just go and start playing shows like I did and blow the doors off places. Bringing your band to South by Southwest, for me, there's just too much of the idea of please like me involved, and I can't stand that. But if it helps some young band, good. But just for me, it's nothing I would ever do.
Music is so accessible to everybody in the world, but anybody can just go out there and make a record and put it out there, but it also makes it a little harder to find that great stuff. If an artist comes to South by Southwest and they actually approach it the right way, we're setting things up for an act to do well. All the tools are there, they just need to use them.
I can't see the light, I can't see what's right and what's wrong. Say sad, say sad, say sad, say sad.
It's very important to be here if you want to progress as a band.
South by Southwest es como un buen impulso para todas las bandas que somos independientes y es un foco para desarrollarse, ¿no? Como artista.
Pour moi, c'est comme un grand supermarché de la musique. Et il y en a un peu similaire en France, ça s'appelle des transmusicales. Et donc, je ressens un peu le même principe, quoi. Il y a vraiment de la musique partout et tout. C'est spécial, mais c'est super positif, quoi. Il y a plein de super bonnes énergies et tout. Donc,
Es mi segunda vez acá. El año pasado, sí vine el año pasado por primera vez y toqué como 5 o 6 shows, pero esta vez ha sido mucho más intenso. Más conciertos y más actividades así como esto. He conocido más gente y he visto muchos más conciertos.
Hi, I'm Ellis Ludwig Leone from San Fermin, and we're from Brooklyn, New York. Last year we played here, yeah. It was very early on. It was about 5 months after our record came out, so we were still figuring everything out. It's really grown organically from something that was all, you know, my ideas to now something that's much more open, which is kind of cool.
Hi, I'm Lindy Ortega. I am from Toronto, Canada, and I currently live in Nashville, Tennessee. The main thread of what I do is country, but I listen to a lot of soul, I listen to a lot of blues, and I don't really think about what, you know, how it all fits. I just kind of just do what I like, and I just hope people like it too.
Most acts only perform once. Sometimes if we feel that they can fill a room more than once, we'll give them a second or a third performance. But it really all kind of depends on the situation.
Long way to come to play for 40 minutes.
The first time we really did South by Southwest was maybe 3 years ago. We played like 7 concerts in 3 days. Today we played 3 shows, so it's just like, go, you know. We don't write by jamming like a lot of bands do. We don't do that. But we leave a lot of room for people to improvise when we play concerts.
The venues that we use, they vary. We have some that are 100 capacity, all the way up to 20, 25,000 people. Seeing an act in a bar is definitely a different experience than seeing them in a big theater or in a church.
Every day a hole in my pocket. Every night I'm just right. When it's kisses, I'm on a rocket. I believe we're going somewhere.
We recorded a new album in a church up in Woodstock called Dreamland, and it was this old, really old wooden church So it's kind of like a full circle coming back to this place, and for us to do our South by showcase in here, you know. It's just got a lot of spirit in it. It's just, you know, it's obviously a big hall, so the sound just, you know, the music just fills up.
And I lost myself in a western stand, and I hurt myself into Pullman Square.
Anywhere that can be a music venue will become a pizza parlor, you know, anywhere, street corners. But that's the beauty of it. Everyone's just going for it.
It's just horrible watching a band in a stadium or one of those horrible big venues. It just doesn't make any sense. No, this is perfect to see a band in a bar up front, and you can hear the guitarist cursing when he breaks a string. You can smell the drummer when he farts. It's up close and personal, and that's the way it should be, really.
The crowds have been good.
Yeah, it's been good. Crowds have been good.
Crowds have been good. They've been great. The crowds are great. The crowds are good.
Colorado riders screaming Jesus and fight. Waking in the battle roses, stripping onto a flight. Sitting in my stop there, you know I'm all right. I'm all
If you'd have seen the show last night, certainly all of the people close to the stage were all very young.
20s.
Yeah, in their 20s. But there are people who come to our shows that have followed us since the 60s as well. So it's a real cross-section. It's wonderful.
It's very flattering to have a young audience who know all the words to your songs, and when they give that energy back to you, it makes you feel like you're 18 years old again.
I want you back down.
When we chose the name, it was in 1961. There was no zombie culture. You have to be a little bit careful because we may be real zombies, so you just have to be a little bit careful.
Go on much longer with it.
Citizen zombies! Citizen zombies!
This whole thing about the zombification of society, the whole of the world, the corporations want to enslave you and make you into digital slaves and zombify your mind. You must fight back. Punk rock is beyond a religion. What it's done to generation after generation, it's enabled people to fight against the system and free their minds, man. People say the pop group is a post-punk band, but we were enabled, and we had that vision from seeing the Sex Pistols, and one of the first things for me was seeing Paul from The Clash in a tiny gig with stickers on his bass, and we thought, we can do that. Anybody can be in a punk rock band. It's in the mind, it's in everything. It's in grime music, it's in hip hop, it's in cumbia, it's like in this band playing now. It's a mindset, it's freedom of the mind. It's an attitude.
Punk rock's an attitude, really. It doesn't belong to the bands. The bands don't mean anything, really. I mean, we always said, like, learn to play a guitar and do it yourself. Don't listen to us. Make your own music. Make your own revolution. Don't listen to the Damned. No, do listen to the Damned, because we need the money.
I think it's a way of thinking. It's definitely not a haircut. It doesn't connect in the same way, I think, because we have a much more fractured kind of world, partly because of the internet and the amount of information that everyone's hit with is so much more that in a way the Pistols could be quite a rebellious voice, but they would reach the whole of the society. Now that same voice may exist, but it's in one little corner of the internet.
The international aspect of that is incredibly important.
こんにちは、津島みれです。Nice to meet you.
I think it's really appealing for acts from the States to be able to perform with artists from other countries and see how things are done in different places of the world.
My name is Mari. Her name is Yayoi. And Mizue. We are from Japan, and next song is about Japan.
Mi nombre es Macaco. Soy de Barcelona.
Mira hacia el cielo y está acostumbrada. Es la banda sonora de cada madrugada.
Me gustaría ser un poco, no sé si lo consigo, un cronista de los sentimientos, a veces sentimientos colectivos y a veces sentimientos más personales, ¿no? Bueno, yo es algo, para mí es algo natural, ¿no? Porque yo he vivido siempre así, ¿no? Mis mejores amigos, la gente en mi banda ha habido como Sandriño, que era del Amazonas, músicos de Río, tengo muchos amigos en Sao Paulo, he tocado con músicos cubanos, argentinos, de Camerún, de París. Es algo normal en mi vida, ¿no? Para mí eso es realmente la verdad de la música y de la vida, ¿no?
Eu sou fruído como mel e tem melhor, seja comum pra qualquer
Música é uma linguagem universal, mais do que brasileira, americana, é uma linguagem universal que fala com todo mundo, isso que é lindo. E acho que tem muito a ver também, assim, tá no Texas tocando forró, né? Eu acho que conversa bastante, assim, com a música local também.
Quero ver todo mundo dançando forró. Quero ver todo mundo dançando forró.
Nosotros somos Centaurus, somos una banda de la Ciudad de México, tocamos electrónica regional mexicana.
Estamos influenciados mucho por los sonidos de Latinoamérica y nos gusta mezclarlo con ritmos electrónicos y pues nada, es como lo decimos nosotros, es música para bailar y volar.
Pour moi, c'est différents personnages que je joue et qui font partie de moi, mais qui sont des extrapolations de ce que je pourrais être, évidemment. Et je pense qu'on est tous un peu les mêmes. À part que nous, moi je suis un peu plus comme ça, toi t'es un peu plus comme ça, mais au final on a tous la même base, quoi. La tristesse, la joie, le désarroi, toutes les émotions par lesquelles on peut passer, qui sont poussées dans leur retranchement, et c'est mon métier, je pense.
Na HBO Plus, você confere mais 2 especiais sobre as outras áreas do festival, cinema e interatividade.
Muchas gracias, obrigado.
Arigato.
Merci beaucoup à vous, merci, merci, merci. Et à très vite, merci.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Austin. Have a wonderful night.
You want me to hold it? You want to hold it? You want to hold it for me? Oh, I'll hold it for you.
Just like accepts whoever walks into. Yeah, whatever fans choose to come and hang out and put their armpit. I love you.
Do you? Yeah, blimey.
What the hell is wrong with this guy? Because it just keeps going and going. Can
I have another hug?
Yeah.
Why is the microphone in my nose?
Tudo o que aconteceu de melhor no South by Southwest 2015 está aqui na HBO Plus.
You're watching HBO Plus. Y'all have a fucking rockin' night.